Hey guys, in this video we're going to be learning about 5.3, which is standard form. In the last video we learned about vertex form. This time we're learning about standard form. And standard form looks like this. F of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. The a value tells us which way the parabola points. So if a is positive, the parabolas point up. If it's negative, the parabola points down. So if it points up, it has a minimum. If it points down, it has a maximum. Talked about this a few lessons ago. So again, the shape of a quadratic is called a parabola. We've already been talking about this. The solutions, when I'm asking for a solution, that is the points where the function crosses the x-axis. So sometimes we will use solutions. We may also call those roots, zeros, or x-intercepts. All of those mean the same thing. And if you want to rewrite all of that over here, because we will be referring back to those lots. So x-intercepts and solutions are the most common, but also roots or zeros. They all mean the same thing. I will probably interchange how I talk about them. So the first thing we're going to do is learn how to find the vertex. It's not as easy as vertex form. We actually have to use some formulas. So the formula for the vertex, we first find the x value using this, negative b over 2a, and then we plug that back in to find the y value of the vertex. So we need to know what the a value is and the b value is. We don't really care about the c value. So a is the number in front of x squared. If there's not anything, we put 1. B value is the number in front of x, so negative 4. So if we're going to find the x value of the vertex, it's negative b over 2a. So negative, my b is negative 4, so I have negative 4 over 2 times 1, which is positive 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the x value of the vertex is 2. In order to find the y value, I have to go back to my original equation and plug in the x. So 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 5. And you can just plug that in your calculator to get negative 9. So the vertex is the point 2, negative 9. All we're doing today is looking at the vertex and the axis of symmetry. The x-intercepts, we talked about those, x-intercept solutions, roots, zeros. That is something that's going to take several days because there's several different ways to find those. So that is going to be a little more complicated. So today we're only doing the vertex. All right, so number 1. Let's start out by listing out my A and B. My A is 1, B is 16. Remember that A is what's in front of the x squared. If there's nothing, we assume it's 1. B is the number in front of the x. So I first start out by finding the x value of the vertex, which is negative b. So negative 16 over 2 times 1. So negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. The y value of the vertex, we have to plug negative 8 back in. So negative 8 squared plus 16 times negative 8 plus 71. And that equals 7. So my vertex is negative 8, 7. It's asking for the max, if it's a maximum or a minimum. And this parabola, because my a value is positive, this parabola points up. So a positive a value means it points up. So I have a minimum because the vertex is at the bottom. An axis of symmetry, we always write x equals and then negative 8. It's the x value of the vertex. Number 2. A is 1. B is negative 2. So x equals negative b would be negative 2 over 2 times a, or 2 times 1. That's 2 divided by 2, which is 1. The y value, 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 5 equals negative 6. So my vertex is 1, negative 6. Since my a value is positive, it points up, meaning my vertex is at the bottom. So it's a minimum. And my axis of symmetry, make sure you write x equals 1. It's the x value of the vertex. Number 3. The a value is negative 1. The b is negative 14. So the x value of the vertex, negative b. So negative 14 over 2a. 2 times negative 1. So that's positive 14 over negative 2. Which is negative 7. The y value of the vertex, we have to plug negative 7 in. So make sure that you only put the negative 7 in parentheses. The squared goes outside. So if you type that in your calculator, you should get negative 10. So that means the vertex is negative 7, negative 10. This time my a value was negative. So the parabola points down. So my vertex is at the top. It's a maximum. And the axis of symmetry is x equals negative 7. All right, there's 3 more questions. I want you to pause the video and I want you to work those out. When I check your notes, I'm going to be checking to make sure that you've actually written out the work for these next 3. I'm just going to give you the answers, because if you've forgotten how to do it, you can refer back to one of the past examples to see how to do it. I just want to make sure you got it on your own. So number 4, you should have got 4, -2. It's a minimum. And the axis of symmetry is x equals 4. Number 5, you should get -3, -4. It's a max. And axis of symmetry is x equals -3. Number 6, the vertex, you should have got -1, -3. It is a max. And the axis of symmetry is x equals -1. Where did it go? There we go. X equals -1. If you have any questions, let me know.